You know, life is funny. You find humor everywhere. In fact, when Rob and Brendan said I should speak about financial management, at first I thought they want to speak to my wife, perhaps because she's a broke. Because I don't have financial problems, there's no finances that can cause problems. You know? The reality is, when I saw the presentation the first time and the people were talking about if you do the 3+2 plan, you had 2,500 in 6 months, and how you should pay this off on your bond if you had a bond. I was actually sitting in the audience and think, when I've paid everything I need to pay, I don't even have 2,000 rand. How am I going to do this deal point thing? The reality, people, is here's the fact. They say nothing stops a heated argument like a few cold facts. And I don't know if you can agree with me or not. We're hitting into a financial storm in South Africa. Every single South African. And if you don't note it and you can't see it, you're blind. Then you don't need money, you need therapy. There's stuff happening in South Africa which is very bad. It's insane to just try and enter with one source of income. Now the first thing, there's a saying, dig your well before you're thirsty. Unfortunately, when a lot of people join Bulltalk, Dew Point, I was in the previous network and I'm kind of nervous, I've got these butterflies. But I'm flying in formation now, so I'm doing better. When most people join Dew Point, their finances ease and die. Now, that means you have to commit something. Now, the first thing is you've got a budget in Dew Point, whether you believe it or not. Additional to what you're paying now, you have to pay a product as well, especially for the newcomers, and you must actually think about it. You're going to spend an extra few hundred rand a month. And it doesn't stop there, because there's certain things that's actually built into the business that you must build into your budget that you need to do. Now you meet guys that says, oh, I've got my own business, I've got the CC. Now, in Dew Point we also have a CC. That means you'll have to get clean clothes and coffee, otherwise you won't be able to do the business as well. So you have to wear something to make you presentable, and you have to do something with coffee. So those Facebook guys, Rob is correct, mailing doesn't work. If there's no kettle involved, then you know you're not hot enough. There must be coffee, tea, or something to drink. Some people go alcohol, but we haven't seen them for a long while. You know, so maybe next year. The reality of it is, when you start, you pay this product, there's stuff, you know, data, you can find data anywhere, even at McDonald's. That's not that big a problem, but airtime is going to be a problem, because you're going to phone people a lot. And then, of course, transportation. Fuel. I went and stood 3 times next to the road. I remember my one car was so broken that it didn't want to go in reverse. So I was actually on the phone with my wife, praying that all the team members go home and don't see me battle. And I think the one night when I got home very, very late, the 3 girls staying with me, they anonymously decided that I'll have to get another car. And thanks to God, everything went better from there, nothing broke again. The reality is there's cost involved. You need to prioritize. That means you have to take some money out of your budget and channel it into your business. If you don't understand it, you know, there's a saying, you need money to make money. So it means you have to take money somewhere. Now, if you don't have a lot of money, you have to do some magic. If the Minister of Finance is going to see you, you're going to get promoted. You know, you're going to have a seat. So what do you do? Of course, you're going to stop paying for certain things. I mean, you have to cut down on certain expenses. I mean, just think of it. You cannot go gym to gym if your children can't eat. Does it make sense? However, in Dew Point, we run into individuals that has got DSTV, but he doesn't even have a will, you know, or a policy, and they call themselves sober, intelligent people. You have to find somewhere in your budget money that you can squeeze, that you can actually utilize. In my former network, for those that's been with me a while, I at one stage sold my guitar and my computer for fuel money. Now I know this is a bit insane, but you have to decide, what do you want? I mean, when you're really sick and tired of being sick and tired, maybe this is a chance where you have to, you know, tackle something else in your life. Sometimes cut down on sport. Stick your neck out and tell the church, I'm going to be slightly less involved. Because it doesn't make sense doing things for charity if you can't feed your family, does it? And people don't want to talk that way, but this is a very serious business. I mean, there's sacrifice. You have to decide, what am I going to do? You know, sacrifice certain sports, events, places in your life, and worse, some people get scared of it. You have to get rid of some of those family members. Because some of those people, all they do is get together and skinner anyway. It doesn't put food on the table. Start surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals. Build new friendships. I mean, the one thing from Dew Point and network marketing as a whole, people would say if it costs you money and it's so difficult, you know, difficult, take the word difficult. Is it difficult? It's very difficult. And it's not quick, not free, and it's definitely not easy. But it's a very simple business. And if you tried ever in your life to run a business, rep something, you'll know that this is a very, very simple business. Not even 10%. This is like 1,000,000 times just easier than anything you've tried, because you drink coffee and build friendships. And the quality of friendships you build in a network is amazing. This is why people get addicted to networks. Because you create a family of like-minded individuals that won't even affect you, but it affects your children. And it will affect their children. Sometimes in my life, I think the enemy destroys a generation, because if he destroys a generation, the kids are all busted. They become just like the parents. And like 3 generations get destroyed if the parents get destroyed. And this is why you cannot afford to give them your dreams. Now, sitting down, squeezing your budget, decide, what am I going to do? Am I going to phone? Can I drive? How do I make it work? Well, the best thing is, I remember when I started with network marketing, I didn't have a reliable car. So I signed up a friend, or referred a friend, and we shared his car. And he became a millionaire in the business. So if your transport is not reliable, you just group together. You do the thing that we are taught. You network it. So you drive together, you share the costs. You don't just use your car, you share cars. So then you share the burden, you share the risk. And what's nice, if you have a prospect in your car, if he doesn't want to join, you tell him, I'm not taking you home. What's nice about the Dew Point system, once he's locked, even if he gets out, he cannot join somebody else. But that was just a joke. You know, some people sometimes take it serious. But this is the reality of it. Guys, if we talk about finances, you have to change your budget. You have to change the way you allocate your time. If you haven't been to Dew Point one evening this month, there's most probably something wrong with the way you plan your Dew Point business. If you haven't at one point thought, I cannot afford to, this business is getting very expensive to run this business, then you're most probably not doing it right. You're not irritating the people close to you enough. You should have a telephone bill the size of your house, whatever your house is costing. That is what the statistic shows in a good network, because you're constantly networking with a phone. People, I would like to say thank you for every single person that committed his time in the business. You know, people think of you as a leader, but a leader is just the guy in front of a lot of very special people committing their time. I fell in love with people, I fell in love with friends. I admire loyalty. I think that's one of the most attractive things you'll find in a person is loyalty. I admire every single person that actually makes financial planning and pays his product. If you're watching this tonight, or just a friend and he said, it feels like I'm stuck. If you manage for 2 years just to pay your installment, and that's the littlest bit that you could do, you're already winning. Because all you have to do is find another few friends just like you and me that is prepared to do the same. Will there be people doing this? Look at us. We're either 140 people that are totally dumb crazy, or we must have something in our mind that's going to take us forward. Guys, I'm so excited about the future. I think we haven't started yet. I think the best is yet to come. I thank you for all your prayers. I thank my family for your support, and my friends and upline and team for praying and supporting, and be there, and Brendan, all you guys always being there. I've got a lot of admiration for this gentleman and the crowd which he's built around him. Why? Because they work very, very hard. There's no way that you could look at them and not be inspired. In fact, I said to Rudolph once, what is impressionable to these people, these guys work. You know, I've been in teams where you never see the people that run the show. I mean, when is the last time you went to a big, large corporation and met the people in charge? Yeah, you can see them every single day, you know, not in front of you, but next to you, fighting your financial war with you. Welcome.